Gran Turismo is directed by Neill Blomkamp. It stars Archie Madekwe, I think that's how you say it, sorry if I said that wrong, Orlando Bloom and David Harbour. And in this movie, based off the video game and a true story surprisingly, a gaming racer wins a bunch of competitions, eventually becoming a real-life race car driver. Now, I have never played Gran Turismo. I've seen gameplay footage of it, but I've never played it. And I'm not really a racing guy, so I think it's pretty clear that this movie wasn't really right up my street. But believe me when I say this movie was great. The reviews on Rotten Tomatoes, 58%, 56%, whatever it's on now, they're dead wrong. I'm sorry, no. That is an insult to this film. This film is great for everyone. Now, the story's nothing special. It follows your typical rise to fame sports story. You've seen it a whole bunch of times. You know the formula by now. But that doesn't mean that formula is getting tiring or anything. As long as you write a good story around it, it's very effective. And this story is very effective. This movie is every gamer's dream. Whoever wants to become like an esports player or professional gamer, let's say their parents are judging them on it, this is a movie they should take them to because it proves that gaming can produce talent in a way. As long as you put effort towards your goal, you can achieve anything, and that's what this movie tries to send. With video gamers and in everything, to be honest. And it's a great message to send. It sends it very well. And that message is sent very well through the main character of Jan. His journey is great. He starts off as your typical Gran Turismo gamer. His dad is judging him, saying it's not a real job, you can't get a career out of it. The usual in these types of movies. But over time he overcomes the obstacles. And these obstacles are fierce. The obstacles hammer home that racing games are nowhere near the same level of difficulty as racing. Racing is dangerous. It takes years, months, whatever of preparation and talent to get you professional. And this movie hammers that message home completely. The movie is surprisingly more dark and mature than I thought it would be. There's themes of tragedy in this film, death, which is something I wasn't expecting in this film. But it added to the realism and added to the message that it's trying to hammer home, that racing is very dangerous and complicated. And I'm glad that the movie focused on the characters. It does still have the video game-esque stuff, but it was more of a character-driven movie. And it didn't just rely on video game nostalgia or anything like that. And I really did appreciate that about this movie. It was just great to see nearly every one of the main characters have personality. Jack Salter, who David Harbour plays, has a very tragic backstory, but you like him, and it's great to see him realise that, wow, gamers do have talent. They can be something different in the future. And that's a great art for him to have. I also do like Danny Moore, who Orlando Bloom plays. I just like how he introduces this ambitious but crazy guy, thinking that a gamer can be a real race car driver in the future. Makes him look like a bit of an idiot, but over time he proves people wrong. And I just like that. I just like that he proved people wrong over time. It was a great little character. And this movie visually is great. I do like how they integrated video game visuals into the film. I do like how we see like Gran Turismo style gameplay when we see it in the perspective of Jan. So you can see how he views the race in real life. I think that was a nice little detail to introduce. I really like the little touches of like the position markers above the cars and the race line on the track. They're just nice little details, and it made the movie's races look like a video game sometimes. Also, the camera movements, the editing were all quick paced but not jarring. You could tell what was happening. I just made the races more thrilling and fast paced. The pacing of this film is great thanks to the camera movements and editing. And the performances. Archie Madekwe, I'm sorry if I keep saying that name wrong, but he was great as Jan in this, did a brilliant job. Orlando Bloom, well, I do think his accent could have done with a bit of work. I still thought he did a great job in this film. But David Harbour was the standout. He carried most of the scenes in this film. He's a great actor. I love this guy. He's great in this. He's great in Stranger Things. Give him more work. He was fantastic in this film. But I did have a few problems with the film, mainly the romance. For some reason, the writers of these types of films just need to add in a romance for some reason. And the romance wasn't awful, like the two actors had chemistry there, it was believable, but it was not needed. And if anything, it kind of sacrifices the development of Jan's father learning to appreciate what his son is doing. I was really intrigued by that plot line in the first act, but it's kind of just forgotten about for like the second act, and then it's introduced again a little bit in the third act. And I just would have liked if it was focused more than the romance, which I was never really interested in the first place. This movie has quite a bit going on, and I think that's where the story kind of fumbles a little bit for me. If they cut out that romance, the story would have been a lot more tighter and more fleshed out. But apart from those few problems, I really love Gran Turismo. I do not get why critics are disliking it. Yes, the story is simple, but it is a fun time. If you're a fan of the games, if you're a fan of racing or anything like that, you will absolutely adore this movie. It's got a great coming of age story, fantastic visuals, brilliant performances. It's a fun time all around. And I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. It's a great movie. If you have the time, go and watch it, 100%. Guys, that is it for my review of Gran Turismo. I hope you all enjoyed. I don't know what my next video is going to be, but we'll have to wait and see. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you have seen Gran Turismo, let me know what you thought of it. Did you like it? Do you agree with the critics? Let me know. But have a good day. See you later.